Back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be doing a mod list on my Golf R Wagon, since some of you guys have been asking me in the comments section for an update on the alltrack / Golf R build. So let's jump right into it. For those of you guys that have not been following the channel and are new here, this is my 2019 Volkswagen Golf alltrack that has been completely turned into a Euro spec Golf R wagon from the inside out, cosmetically and mechanically. So let's take a look around this beast. Let's start off with the front end. So we got the Golf R front end conversion with alltrack inspired accents. So if you guys know that the alltracks come with the silver stripe on the bumper, I did the same here. The stripes on the Golf R bumper have been painted with the matte silver, reflex silver accents to give it, you know, reminiscing alltrack type of feel while still being a Golf R. I think it looks pretty good. Now, doing a further walk around of the car, we got body color painted fender flares. I think it looks pretty dope. It makes it look like a true Golf R wagon while giving it a somewhat of a wide body type of look. I think it looks pretty sick, guys. It may not be for everyone, but I think it looks good. The matte plastic cladding on the alltrack gave it more of an off-roady type of feel, but since I converted it to a Golf R wagon, I think the painted plastic cladding to match the rest of the body just really completes the whole Golf R wagon look. We painted the rest of the cladding as well. We left this silver because I think that looks pretty good to match the whole feel of the car, since we have the silver mirror caps that came with the car stock. Now let's go into the back here. We got a silver painted diffuser, which is actually a European spec Golf R wagon diffuser. Quad tips, of course, because it's a Golf R wagon now. Got the R badging on the back, just like factory. Nice and clean. Plastic cladding over here has been painted with the body color as well, all throughout the car. I think it's a pretty clean look. Our fender badges, OEM only. So just to be clear, this is no longer a 1.8 liter that's found in the alltrack. This has been swapped to a Golf R drivetrain completely, meaning 2 liter engine, transmission to match, and wiring. All the much needed wiring inside and out. So mechanically, it's no longer an alltrack. Cosmetically, it's no longer an alltrack. I still call it an alltrack because that's what it started with. That's what the VIN says, like the VIN number. So I'm gonna probably transition into calling it a Golf R, but for now, let's just call it an alltrack. Now, a lot of you people may be wondering, why would you not just go out and buy a regular Golf R? Well, because that would be too easy and that would be too boring. And I wanted a wagon, and I wanted the extra space to haul junk, you know? So then I just decided to just make my own Golf R wagon, since North America didn't give us one. Finish talking about the cosmetics and the interior before we get into the high performance and modification and drivetrain bits and pieces. So stepping inside, you will find that it is exactly like a Golf R inside. because it basically is. We got the door panels with the blue ambient lighting. We got the door sill scuff plates with the ambient lighting, fully wired up like OEM. This alltrack scuff plate is still there. I've just been too lazy to remove it. I think it's fine for now. Seats, year appropriate, of course. This is a 2019 alltrack, so I had to do, you know, MK 7.5 R seats, of course. I had a whole donor car for the build, so that's what I used. It's all year appropriate and generation appropriate, which is really good. Steering wheel, digital cluster from the Golf R, all piano black accents and trim pieces in the interior all throughout. You can see it says 4Motion on there, on that trim piece. No longer says alltrack. Radio is stock, trim pieces are not. Door panels, back seats. Most importantly, we have the black headliner conversion using all OEM parts. A pillars, B pillars, C pillars, D pillars, OEM headliner. This piece was really hard to find. You can only find that sunroof control module piece only from Europe. They don't exist here. Pretty much the whole black headliner conversion. I think the hardest part was doing the sunshade. That was very difficult. That was a pain in the ass. We were having a real hard time doing that. But as you can see, it's all factory. It's all proper spec. Full black headliner conversion. Okay, now that we're done talking about cosmetics in the interior, let's start off by talking about the modifications and the performance bits. So, the whole suspension is Golf R, shocks and springs. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, but this basically is a Golf R down to the bolts now. So, down to the nitty gritty stuff. We got Golf R brakes with high performance brake pads, carbon ceramic. We got 17x8 NK RPF1 wheels, ET45. We got some semi-slick 245, 45, 17 Kumo tires on there. Everything that I've done to it was never really planned. I just kind of decided one day this was gonna be the daily, and you know, I was just gonna do a stage one and some wheels and some lowering springs, but you guys all know how that goes. How us car guys always say that, it always just ends up out of control in the end. You're right, you just end up doing a full build. So we got a 2-liter turbo under the hood from a 2019 Golf R. And no, this is not a 1.8. I'm gonna prove that to you guys. 2 variable valve timing magnets. Engine code is DLRA, which is the Golf R/S3 motor. So let's give you the rundown of the basics here. Pushing about 550 wheel horsepower, which is quite a lot, but it's actually pretty normal in the Mark 7 MQB community. Motor's gonna be ripped out in a month or so. Gonna be installing a built motor and pushing way more, but for now, let's just show you guys what's installed here. Unitronic carbon fiber intake. We got a Turbo Concept hybrid IS38 turbo. We have a 4-inch downpipe, a true 4-inch downpipe from JDY Performance. It also has the exhaust wrap. Really nice downpipe in my opinion, best on the market. We have APR charge pipes, upgraded charge pipes all around. We got 5-bar map and put sensors. We have multi-port injection, 980cc port injectors from CTS Turbo. We have CTS Turbo upgraded motor mount and transmission mount, which is under the battery. You can't see that. We have the auxiliary coolers, which come stock on the Golf R. One for the engine oil and one for the DSG. So it's all factory. This is how the car would have pretty much rolled out off the assembly line, like in Germany or something. Fuel pump inside the gas tank is a Walbro 525 Hellcat pump on the stock controller. Works fine, no need for a PM4. Tuned by Tunezilla. You guys can check them out if you want. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they're really good. I had zero issues with their software or drivability issues at all. Those of you guys who like, you know, more nerdy details, engine oil that I'm running in this thing is Motul 8100 Power 5W40. And the reason why I run this oil is because it's ethanol resistant. And this car does see ethanol levels of above E60, around E65. And this oil has very good ethanol resistant and anti-corrosion resistant properties. And it has a very high temp, high shear stability when using ethanol and at high temperatures. So that's what I run. It's the best. It's expensive, but you know, expensive oil is cheaper than a new engine. Transmission is stock right now, running on stock clutch packs. They are starting to slip. And I got a built trans sitting, waiting to be plopped in as well. So as you guys can see, very basic Mark 7 Golf R type of, you know, big turbo build, if you will. It will go crazier this summer, so stay tuned. So if we go over to the passenger side, I got this fire extinguisher installed, because why not? When you're running that much boost, you really want to be prepared for the inevitable. Fire extinguisher bracket is by Cap Industries. Very nice bracket. It really pushes the extinguisher as close to the seat as possible, so the passenger has maximum legroom. That's what that looks like. And I have seen my fair share of cars catching fire during a pull, and you know, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Could potentially save your car from burning down to the ground. The other mod that I just remembered is Euro power folding mirrors. I mean, not much to show here. They fold when you lock the car. They also came with a puddle light, as you guys can see, all coded and programmed and everything. I do have some extra wheels for the car. They're brand spanking new Pretz that have just been sitting around because I kind of don't want to put them on. I feel like they're too nice. They're brand spanking new, but I know the car will look fire with these on. Brand new rubber and all. The other thing on the performance list of performance modifications is the Miltech Sport quad exhaust. Get a view here of what that looks like. This was manufactured by Miltech for the European Golf R Wagon, paired with the OEM genuine Golf R Wagon diffuser, painted in reflex silver to match, you know, the rest of the accents like the side skirt, the rear view mirrors, and the bumper. Sounds really good. I think this is the best exhaust on the market. No rasp, no drone. Sounds perfect. It's not cheap, but you gotta pay to play. So guys, that's my homemade, built from scratch Golf R Wagon. Pretty close to the real thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section about the build. Love it, hate it, I don't care. But it is what it is. I think it's pretty sweet the way it sits right now. If you guys have any suggestions on, you know, future modifications to it or build suggestions, do let me know. I'm always happy to listen. And drop your comments down in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.